Elizabeth with t0inky TV. Welcome back to my channel, and I'm here to do a recap of episode 4 of Emergency Couple. And where we left off in episode 3 at the end is Jin-hyuk and Changmin are stuck in the elevator together, and they have to do emergency surgery to a patient that's going into collapse. The patient is just having severe problems breathing, and now it's their time to rescue the patient. So now, for some reason, all of a sudden, Changmin and Jin-hyuk are both super sweaty. They're like pouring sweat for I don't know what reason. And so then you see them, debating about what to do next. And then Changmin said that they need to do emergency tracheotomy so that the patient can breathe again. And Jin-hyuk's like, Jin-hyuk, and she's kind of freaked out about it. But then when Changmin is trying to go in with a knife, all of a sudden he gets cold feet and his hands are shaking. So Jin-hyuk actually does the procedure. And so then, of course, right after she does the procedure, the doors open up to a very angry Chun-soo who just smacks Changmin for doing something that is against hospital regulations and could have put the patient at jeopardy. So Changmin takes the blame for doing the emergency tracheotomy, but then he gets a lot of the glory as well because they're like, oh, he's got God hands, and oh, he saved the day. But Chun-soo, for some reason is really having a problem with him going against regulations, Changmin going against regulations. So then we cut to a scene where, they're past the hospital scene, and then you cut to a scene where Clara is coming home from a night out, I guess, and then she walks into the elevator. She looks like a streetwalker because she's got this wig on and this very scantily kind of clad outfit. It's very skimpy, and then she's like, oh my gosh, Changmin-shi, you live in this building too? And then at first he didn't know who it was because she looks like a streetwalker, but then he's like, Adam, it's you. And so, she gives him an excuse like, oh, well, I don't really drink. I just go clubbing to kind of ease away some of the stress from the ER. So then somehow she invites herself into Changmin's apartment, which I just don't see a lot of women doing in Korea or in Korean dramas because they're always like very conservative. And so like here she's dressed like a streetwalker. Then she invites herself into his home. And so I just thought it was kind of weird. Weird and inappropriate, I guess. And then like when she cracks open the beer after just saying that she doesn't really drink and she likes to go clubbing, I even thought that was weirder. Changmin's mom sees Adam. I think that, everything kind of goes to hell in a handbasket, and she's like telling Adam to get out, and then Changmin's like, oh, she works with me at the hospital, and then Changmin's mom's like, I'm not stupid. I wasn't born yesterday. So they make her leave, and it was just really embarrassing for everybody. But the funny thing is that when Changmin says to his mother what the name of that person who just walked out the door, she's like, oh my gosh, I think that's the Prime Minister's daughter, and oh my gosh, she's a doctor. And then of course, because the whole doctor and this status thing, she of course wants to apologize right away and like to correct the situation. So you kind of can see like this dynamic between son and mother, how that kind of why he's so pompous and why maybe the marriage didn't work out. The world is very small in Korean drama land, so this ajishi who is encouraging her and helping her and telling her, not everybody can see the wonderfulness of you. You kind of get a hint of who might this person be. And then later on, who that person is. It was her former father-in-law who really basically supported her for the past 6 years to get her through medical school because I don't think he was in agreement with his wife, Changmin's mom, about separating them and making it so difficult for their marriage. And that kind of comes through because Changmin's mom was hanging out with her brother and talking about some different things, and then the brother suggested to her, maybe Changmin's dad could take this new role at a hospital. And so when she goes to see him, that's where all the pieces fall into place. And so yeah, I mean, Korean drama land, there's always the mother-in-law that's always kind of working her way into and making her daughter-in-law suffer through life because her son was so awesome and so great that how dare this daughter-in-law come into their lives and mess up his life. for these moms with these sons? Are they making them into monsters? Are they, with unrealistic expectations of, they're so like great that, no ordinary girl can, compete and be able to be with them. So we'll see how it goes with Autumn, Changmin, and Jin-hyuk, as well as Chun-soo and Ji-hyo. I think it's definitely going to be like a very lovey-dovey kind of big mess-up mash of people and relationships with that group. So let me know what you think about Emergency Couple. I personally love Jin-hyuk because his body is ridiculous, and I think that this Korean drama is kind of giving you little glimpses of his amazing body. So talk to you soon. Bye.